In this lesson, we are going to learn how to determine the point-slope form. So let's stop there quickly. We've learned recently in the previous lessons that looks like this. Okay, so that's how point-slope form works. Now, we're going to learn how to do it when they give us 2 points. So here's our first example. It says determine the point-slope form. So I'm quickly going to write that down. Now what we've seen previously is that this part here is the slope, and then this part here is a random point. So they've given us 2 points, so we need to work out the slope. Remember, in previous lessons we've learned that to find the slope you can use this formula over here, where, for example, we could use that is the y value of point number 2, so we could use that over here. This is the y value of point number 1, so that goes over there. Then this is the x value of point number 2, which is over there. And then this is the x value of point number 1, which is over there. And so if we had to go work that out, we would end up getting 5 take away 10 over -2 take away -7. Now you can go type that on the calculator just like that, and you should get a slope of -1. So now we can go fill that into our our point slope form as -1. Now you need to put a y value and an x value. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you choose. There are some teachers in some schools that I've noticed, they always tell their learners to choose the first point for this part over here. That doesn't have to be that way, but I think they're just doing it for when they mark your work. It's just easier for them to only remember this one and not have to look for this one as well. So I'll do that, but you must just follow whatever your teacher prefers, which sort of sucks. I mean, we should be allowed to do whatever we want, but anyways, so I'm just going to choose point 1. So this is the x value, so we're going to put that over there. This is the y value, which we're going to put over there. So it's going to go y take away 10 equals to -1 bracket x take away. Now this is -7, so we're going to put -7 like that. So it's going to be y take away 10 equals to -1 times x plus, because that becomes a plus 7. And that is it. That's how you do point slope form. And now we're just going to do 2 more examples just to make sure that you feel very comfortable with that. So here's our second example. So they want the point slope form. So once again we go write it down like that. So that's not an x2, Kevin, that's an x1. Just joking. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get a slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So, whoops, what am I doing? So y2, so we can say that one there, take away y1, which would be that one there, over x2, which would be that one there, minus x1, which would be that one over there. And so if we had to go fill everything in, it would be 15 take away 5 over -2 take away 3. And if we had to go work that out, we end up with -2. And so now we can fill in our slope as -2. And then we're going to go fill in a point. So I'm just going to take point number 1. Point number one's also a nice one because it doesn't have any negatives. So that's also quite nice to use. And so this is your x1, so that's going to go over there. And then y1, which would go over there. So we're going to say y take away 5 equals to -2x take away 3. And that's the answer. Let's do one more example. So here they want the point slope form again, so we can just go fill that all in. And so we need to go get the slope. And so y2 would be that one over there. Well, let's first fill it over there. And then y1 would be this one here. And then x2 over there. And then x1 over there. And so that's going to give us 3 take away minus 1 over negative 2 take away 3. And so if you had to go work that out, we end up with negative 4 over 5. And so now we can just go fill that in like that. Okay, and now we're going to go, I'm just going to choose point number 1. And so this is the y value of point number 1, so we'll put it over there. And this is the x value of point number 1, which we'd put over there. So we'll end up with y take away negative 1. See, I've got 2 negatives there. Not a problem. We'll fix that in the next part. And then negative 4 over 5 was our slope. And then x take away 3. So we'll now change this over here to a positive. So we end up with y plus 1 equals to negative 4 over 5. And then in brackets, x take away 3.